Are you burnt out from chasing low-paying clients and saying yes to every custom request? Today, I'm going to talk about how I've taken multiple clients from having one-off offers, chasing those one-time payments, to having a standardized product offer that they can have consistent profitable revenue months from. And that is the shift that we made, productizing the offer. And that's the mistake most service providers make. They try to scale before they simplify. So today I'm going to go over the exact process we went through to productize these offers so you can skip the trial and error and have consistent profitable months. Okay, so first of all, why would we even want to productize an offer? Why not make it custom and just the best for every single person? Yes, we want the best service, the best delivery for every customer, but there is a way to standardize it so you aren't running around trying to do something different every single time. And the first point I want to make here is let's look at the math alone. Having simplified offerings makes it so much easier to hit your goals and a lot clearer on what you need to do to get there. I've talked about before how, yes, it's good to have a goal, but you need to figure out the path to the goal and what you need to do to actually achieve it. So let's say you want to make 100K months, and right now you're doing custom websites, custom branding, custom that, whatever you can to get that money in the door. With a standardized product offering that I'm going to talk about here in a minute, let's say you have a 10K package and that's your main offering. Now you know you just need 10 clients to make that 100K month, and you and your team are very clear. 10 clients, 10 clients. Everyone knows, the sales department knows, the marketing department knows. We need to get 10 clients to hit our 100K goal. This is a lot clearer. It's a lot easier to track towards your goals. The other thing about having premium packages set up is they're actually easier to sell. Yes, you might think making it custom and a boutique experience might be the best thing, but if you have a standardized high-end package, it actually gives a higher end appearance to your company. We talk about this with branding. Do you want to be the Motel 6 of your industry, or do you want to be the Ritz-Carlton of the industry? And what is the difference between these two? Obviously, when you go to a Motel 6, you expect to get towels that you can see through. There's probably going to be bugs in your room. Maybe no toothpaste or shampoo or any extra frills, right? You know that you're paying $50 for that room and you're not going to get much. So what about the Ritz-Carlton that you're paying $1,000 a night for? There you're going to expect the best service, the best quality, plush towels, robes, shoes, shampoo bottles, shaving accoutrements, breakfast included, whatever it is. So you have to pick where you want to be with your brand and price according to that. And then you're going to attract the higher ticket buyers. A Motel 6 person is not going to say yes to you if you are priced as the Ritz-Carlton. And I can guarantee you, if a Ritz-Carlton client shows up to you and you're priced like Motel 6, they're probably going to say no just from the price alone. They know that they want the best. They want the best quality and they want the best service. And if that's what you want to deliver, then you need to be priced that way that communicates that you are the best. A great and easy way to do this is to just break down 3 packages of your offering. This can be referred to as Goldilocks pricing. So you have your biggest package here, and it comes with all of these services, all of the add-ons, everything that you could possibly offer, and it's the highest price. Then you have your middle of the road offering, which is less, for a lesser price, and then you've got a bare bones. Maybe it's only 3 things for an even lesser price. So an example of this is I did this with a client of mine who was a freelance designer. She had been doing just one-off projects. She was really passionate about branding and logos, and she started becoming kind of known in the community for that. But she was still having to accept these other little jobs of designing a flyer or designing a postcard or whatever it was, and having to charge hourly for that. So what we did was we actually took her branding skills and packaged them in these 3 packages. This made it so she could very easily brand herself as a branding expert, ironically, but she was really fabulous with design and logo and the whole package. So we were able to put that into a clear offering of, you go to her, you get your bare bones package here, you get a little more social media templates and such. And then for the highest tier package, you would get a website as part of the package. And what ended up happening was she now wasn't accepting those jobs that she didn't want to. And she just said, look, this is what I do. If you want something for me, it fits in one of these packages. Maybe you have some add-ons that you include in the packages. And she started attracting the people that she wanted to be working with. And they started kind of falling out of the sky and referring her to other people. And now she really was known and solidified as the person to go to for all of your branding needs. Okay, so how can you do this yourself? Here's what I would suggest. This middle package should be the one that you want to sell the most. What do you actually want to be doing? What do you want to be selling? This is the middle price, as I said. So list out the services that are the general package that you want to be doing that you're already selling. Now you can create a downsell offer for the people who maybe this bigger offer, this middle offer is out of range of their budget, or they just don't need those extra things. Now you have something to offer. Unless people are going to take this lower offer, and that's fine. Then on the left here, this is your big daddy package, right? This is your anchor package. This is everything you could possibly offer. And this should be sometimes even, let's put $4 signs, right? This should be a really high-end package. This should include all the bells and whistles, every single thing that you have to offer, every single extra. If we're just going to list out bunch of stuff. The thing about this package is it actually heightens your authority. Like, wow, this person knows how to do all of those things and all of that sounds so amazing. Oh my gosh. But most of the time, for most people, it's going to be way out of their price range and budget. And then it's going to make this middle offer seem not so bad. Hey, you can hire me for $20K and I'll do all of this, or for $5K, we can get you this basic list of things. It makes the $5K not hurt as bad for the consumer. But then for you, if someone does want to pay you $20K, fantastic. You just made $20K, right? So you probably aren't going to sell this higher package very much, but it is there. If someone needs it, it makes it easier to sell the package you really want to be selling. And it also helps elevate you and your brand. So I did something similar for a chiropractor I was working with. It wasn't 20 grand packages, but they had added a new modality in the office. They wanted to bring in more new patients with this new offer. And they wanted those patients to not only sign up for that modality, but also get chiropractic or acupuncture or anything else in the office. So essentially upsell them. So what happened was they launched this new modality. They were in there grinding, selling every single person, one-off sessions. Okay, you're probably going to need 10 sessions at $300 each. Sometimes they would give a discount for prepay, but they were really struggling because sometimes people would come for just a couple sessions and not follow through. And then they also wouldn't get the full result of what was intended from this offering. So what we did was we made a package system like this, and it was really easy to say, okay, to get the result you're looking for, to get out of pain, to lose the weight you want to lose, to get the fully branded website that you want, this is what you need to do. It's almost like you are a doctor diagnosing their situation. In this case, with the chiropractor, they actually are, but you're saying, hey, you have this pain and this is your prescription, is this package or the high-end package or the low package or whatever it is. So with the chiropractor, once they productized the offer and they put it into these buckets, it was much easier for them as the doctor to say, this is your prescription. You need 10 sessions. And in addition to those 10 sessions, you're going to get this and acu and some chiro appointments and whatever. They could bundle it all together, get the end results that they wanted for their patient. And then the patient was much more committed because they were paying up front and agreeing upfront to do the treatment. All right, real talk. So you just learned the package system that is helping our clients get consistent, profitable, high revenue months. But the thing is, most people will see this video, get excited, and then do absolutely nothing. Don't be that person. Click the link below to book your free profit assessment. We'll lay out a blueprint together on how to get you to those high revenue, profitable months. I want to walk through some more examples here. This is my super fancy spreadsheet, but let's say you have a B2B service such as bookkeeping. This is a great example where, okay, this silver package here is what most people go for. The ongoing bookkeeping, a monthly report, payroll, and accounts payable, right? This is $600 a month in this example. Now, let's say someone can't afford that. They're a newer business, lower revenue, or they don't have a problem running their own payroll, etc. Okay, then they can downgrade to just bookkeeping with a monthly report for $350 a month. Now, let's say someone wants everything. They want as much help. They want you to be almost like a fractional CFO. Then you can add all of these other services here: pricing analysis, budget, expense analysis, forecasting, a debt plan. Now that's $1,200 a month. That's high end, right? This helps you serve a variety of budget ranges, but also gets the consumer the end product that they want. If you only offered gold, you probably would close a lot less people, and maybe that's what you want. And if you didn't offer bronze, then you would help a lot less people as well, because there are probably people who don't need what's in the silver package or can't afford it. But it's not that much, or it doesn't cost you that much more to deliver to a bronze person. So that's why it's good to have these different options so that you can accommodate what that person needs without it being some crazy mishmash of ad hoc services. Now you can even do this in home services. And this is a great example I found of an HVAC company that has a subscription type model. So you can see they've got the different levels, the different tiers for people. You get discounts depending on your tier. You get a credit for equipment purchases. The bare bones is in some inspections and maintenance reminders. If you want more support from them, you can get these tune-ups and inspections. Their gold plan, you get this special inspection that I don't know why it's special, but it is. And then if you have a fireplace, you might want this one, the platinum membership. So home service companies are great to convert to subscription models, and this is one way that you can go about doing that, is putting it in this packaged, productized way. Okay, so now how do we use these packages to reach your monthly goal? Let's use this 100K as a benchmark. How do you get to that 100K now that you have these packages? So here at Matterhorn, we always break down a business into our 4 pillars of business basics. So every business has their sales department, then they have to deliver what was sold, then they have to get more new customers to sell and deliver to. This is a cycle that's always happening in the business, and then management is what holds the machine together. This is your finance, your HR, future planning, vision, R&D, all of the good stuff. So in order to actually scale to 100K or 200K even months, you have to systematize these packages now. So now that you have the packages, your marketing and sales areas now know what they need to do to reach their goals. You can get their quotas from that initial starting point. So again, super easy is 100K month with a 10K package means 10 packages sold. So sales now knows they need to sell 10 packages. And then from there, let's say you know that you have a close rate of 50%. So that means marketing needs to provide 20 qualified leads. So whether this is an outside marketing agency, whatever it is, they have to produce that amount of leads. So marketing and sales now know what they need to do to reach the goals of the business. Now, how does this help your delivery area? Well, it standardizes your delivery now. A common problem I've seen, especially in industries like a marketing agency, is when the business is scrambling to make those revenue numbers, what ends up happening is sometimes the sales department will just sell whatever they can. Oh, this person needs a website and branding and social media and blogs, and we'll just figure it out. Yeah, it's this much money. But then what happens is sales sells it, and once that deal gets over to delivery's going, what the heck? We don't actually deliver this. How am I supposed to provide this product or service? And that is how you get unhappy customers who don't refer you and don't come back and cancel your services. So if sales is selling a standardized package, delivery is set up as an efficient machine to churn out the results of that package. This is how you create happy, raving customers who will come back time and time again and also refer you to their friends. So once your marketing and sales system is down and your delivery system is down, from there you just have a people problem. You just have to have enough qualified, trained people in each area. These are supposed to be happy, smiley employees, right? You just need to have great talent to fill these roles and produce these results. And that's a topic for another day. So now you know how to productize your offer and why that's important. But there is a step that you need to take before you do this, because this will skyrocket your business. But the problem is a lot of people skyrocket and scale before making sure they're actually profitable. And you might be thinking, of course I'm profitable, I know my margins, but this is what I'm talking about. A lot of businesses look like this. Their revenue starts growing, yay! But then their expenses also start growing at the same rate. And then they're left with this small margin, even though they are now a big business generating high revenue. An example of this is a client who came to me. They were doing $3 million in revenue. Oh my God, $3 million, that's great. A lot of people would love to have a $3 million business, but their expenses actually went like this. They were exceeding their revenue. They were in negative profit with $3 million in revenue. So a lot of people only focus on that top line revenue number without focusing on what they're going to do about the profit. Because yes, some expenses will go up as you grow, but it should not look like this. What we want to see is the business growing, and then expenses, yes, they're going to grow, they're going to increase, but still having this healthy margin. Maybe even that margin gets bigger somehow as you're growing. Okay, so how do we actually achieve this? We do this by using the Profit First cash management system. Now, I could do a whole hour presentation on Profit First, so I'm just going to give you the overview here. Basically, the way this works is you have 5 different bank accounts. The first is this income account. So all money needs to be directed into its own bank account. This way, it's not getting mingled with your expenses, and you know exactly how much is coming in and how much you can spend. From there, you're going to pick a regular rhythm to allocate money to your other accounts. First, you allocate to a profit account. So this is an account set aside specifically for profit. Instead of spending all of the money and then praying at the end of the day, hoping that you have profit, you are setting aside for it first. Then we have an account that gets allocated to called owner's compensation. This guarantees that you have a consistent, livable paycheck, whether that's through distributions, W-2, I don't care. You are consistently getting paid from the business. I've met so many owners who are inconsistently paying themselves, just paying themselves when mortgage is due or their kid needs something, and sometimes owners who are even making less than the other employees in the business. So this account guarantees that you consistently get paid. Next, we allocate to a tax account. Now, none of us want to set aside for this, but we know we're supposed to and we need to. If you're going to have a profitable business, you most likely are going to owe some taxes unless you've got some accounting wizardry behind you. So let's set aside for those taxes now. Instead of getting a huge bill on April 15th that makes you want to pass out, that money will already be in account ready to go. And then finally, after all of these profit accounts, this is all profit here. Once those accounts have been allocated to, then we allocate to operating expenses last. You run the business on what's left. This doesn't mean don't pay payroll or don't pay bills, but this means you need to start making smarter financial decisions. When you're thinking expansion and scaling, now you know what you can actually afford. Can we afford this new hire? Can we afford another truck? Can we afford to up our marketing budget? This account is what's going to tell you. It's going to tell you the story of your business and what you can actually afford. So that $3 million client who was in the red had expenses expenses higher than revenue. After a year of doing Profit First together, he had a $250,000 profit the next year. This is why it's important to set up this Profit First system as soon as possible, even before you scale. The good news is it's easy to do. It doesn't have to take that long, but you need a profit system in place before you take off like a rocket. Look, you have two choices right now. You can either keep trading time for money, working 80-hour weeks for scraps, or you can build a profitable system that pays you while you sleep. I've shown you the blueprint today. The question is, are you going to use it? If you're serious about hitting your high revenue goals, I want you to book a free profit assessment now. Click the link below and we'll analyze your current business, show you where your highest leverage areas are, where your profit leaks are, and together we'll create a blueprint to help you reach your specific business goals. After you book your call, if you want to learn how to do more in less time, check out this latest video I made on just that. I'll see you in the next video.